Okay, I'm back. Hi, hello. Anybody that's here? I know Max and Matt are here at the moment. Probably. Um, it was yelling at me that I need to buy the soundtrack that I already bought, so I had to go take care of that. But here we are. I'm going to be playing The Wretched by his name's not on the cover, by Chris Bissett. Uh, this is a game that, well, as far as solo RPGs go, this is a pretty well known one, but I finally read it and understand why it's well known. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, so I think I may as well just get into it. Let me know in the chat if like the audio is a problem because the music's going to be playing through, which is the official soundtrack of the game, which is a cool thing to include. So I'm gonna read out this little safety thing just so if you're watching, you know what's going on. So some of the role playing prompts in The Wretched tend towards the dark and violent. This is a game about fear, abandonment, and survival. It is a game about being hunted. You are trapped, alone, with a creature that wants you dead, and there is no way to escape. This is reflected in the text of the game. Generally, if you're okay with films like Alien, Event Horizon, or The Thing, you should be okay with The Wretched. Some specific content to be aware of: confined spaces, physical injury, solitude and abandonment, death, descriptions of death, and hopelessness. If you want to know exactly how you're getting into what you're getting into in the start, read the debrief on pages 20 and 21. That will explain exactly what's going on in the game. Ultimately, this is a solo game. You are the best arbiter of your own limits. If a particular prompt makes you uncomfortable, don't use it. Move to the previous or next prompt, cross it out and write in a prompt more suitable to you, or just make a pull from the tower and move on. If at any point the game becomes too much for you for any reason, stop playing and do something else. Your safety and comfort is more important than a game. Yeah, so I haven't actually read any of the prompts yet because I wanted to just be surprised. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. Who? You are the last surviving crew member of the intergalactic salvage ship The Wretched. Adrift between stars after an engine failure, your ship was attacked by a hostile alien life form. The crew are dead. You are alone. You thought you had won. You launched the creature out of an airlock, and that should have meant safety. It didn't. The creature survived, somehow immune to the cold, empty black of space. Now it skitters and crawls across the hull of your ship. It seeks a way in. It wants you. Now it is you versus inevitability. Can you keep your life support systems going long enough to repair your distress beacon? With the beacon activated, can you keep the creature at bay long enough to be rescued, assuming somebody hears your cry? Probably not, but you have to try. What? The Wretched is a game about human resilience in the face of overwhelming odds and almost certain death. It is a game about isolation, fear, and perseverance. You play a lone survivor of a horrific attack. You have seen and done terrible things. You have seen your friends. You found your family. Your found fam. Let's just take it back a second. You have seen and done terrible things. You have seen your friends, your found family, brutally butchered by something you can't even begin to comprehend. Something that you were sure didn't exist until it manifested itself aboard your ship. You were existing on the edges of your endurance, high on adrenaline and fear and desperation. You are sure you won't survive this, but all you know to do is to keep fighting. The Wretched is inspired by the music and films of John Carpenter, the music of Nine Inch Nails, as well as the games You Are Not Alone in This Life and You Will Die Out Here in the Black by Alden Roswell. So how? I'm going to skip over some of this bits, but basically you need to know that I'm going to be using, you can kind of see it in the corner, but there's a tower, like a Jenga tower, and a deck of cards, and a D6, and those things are going to combine with the text of the book itself to, let me position myself, yeah, so I'm right in the middle, with the text of the book itself to form the game. So, if you don't have access to a block tower, blah, blah, blah. First, there are only 2 positive ways out of this situation, and each is more unlikely than the last. First, you could activate your distress beacon, survive long enough for someone to hear it, and then continue to survive long enough for them to get to you. Or second, you could fix your engines and leave the creature drifting in your wake. You can fail in a multitude of ways. So first, I set up the tumbling block tower as I normally would for games of tumbling block tower nature. And then I'm going to roll the die and pull that many blocks. So I'm going to do that. Easy. Okay. Oh boy, where's the cat? Oh, just on the chair. That's good. That's fine. Yeah, so I got it off easy there, but unfortunately, I don't know if it was obvious, but that tower's been standing too long. It's getting kind of tight. We'll see how it goes. The tower represents the state of my ship. If it falls at any time, a catastrophic systems failure results in my death, and the game is over. And then I shuffle the deck of playing cards, and I have to record my first audio log. So this is another thing. You're going to have to let me know how the audio is. But I have to go record an audio log. Good to hear. You didn't hear anything. Let me just address. It should be working. I don't know why it's not. So, I guess maybe I'll just not do the weird closet thing. I'll just make my audio logs here like a regular person. I wanted to, in my mind, I was going to be making audio logs in like a dark corner, but then there aren't really dark corners during the day, so it wasn't going to work anyway. But hey, you know, we are trying. Day 1. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. The other members of the crew are dead and the engines remain non-operational, though ship integrity remains good and life support systems are still active. I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try to access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon and somebody will pick me up. This is Bell, last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. So subsequent reports, at the end of every day, I'm gonna be making a report like that. but instead of reading the built-in one, I have to make it up myself, which will be good. That'll be fun. I'm playing a game. So, the day. The game is divided into phases meant to represent days on board the ship. So first is tasks, and then there's log. So the tasks are going to be, I roll the die, I pull that many cards, and then the cards that I get, I read that prompt, and yeah, you'll get it. Doesn't matter. So roll your die. Got a 6, so it's going to be a long day. The 5 of hearts is my first. You've been finding it harder and harder to catch your breath, and eventually it dawned on you that the oxygen system had shut itself off. You fixed it, but what caused it to break? The oxygen system broke in some way. I mean, this is pretty early on, so it's an early thing that happened. It must have been whenever I ejected the creature from the airlock. Maybe it like had grabbed on, and like I had to slam the door shut with, not my hands, but I had to make the door shut to get it off, and like it probably pulled something that like caused a chain reaction that eventually made an issue with the oxygen, and it was hard to breathe. Pull from the tower. I don't like how Queen of Clubs. You spend a day cleaning bodies out of a small room that you intend to hole up in if the creature gets aboard again. What was its purpose before this happened? And why were there so many people here when the creature came? Oof. The purpose of this room, this was like the leisure room. Maybe part of the reason I wanted to make this the room was, let's see. The music's getting loud for me. Part of the reason I wanted to make this the room in which I like hole up in is because I mean there's just good, like there's a little video game console in here, there's a pool table, there's a comfy sofa. That's just true, Max. Yeah, it's a nice room, which is why there are a lot of people in here, which kind of takes away a lot of the joy of it. But there's only really one. There's a couple of entrances, but they're all easily completely closable, so I can make it so there's only one door in this room. Yeah. Pull from the tower. Damn, you gotta pull from the tower all out here, huh? Whatever. Bad. Oh, next card. I'm supposed to take the jokers out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take the jokers out, right? But we've got the King of Hearts. Hearts. You hear a skittering, scraping sound in the air vents, and you fear the creature, or something else, may have gotten aboard the ship. How will you make sure you don't attract its attention? Do not discard this card. Place it where you can see it. If this is the 4th king... Oh. Okay, good news. One of the crew died while holding the teddy bear his daughter gave him. What was the bear's name? The bear's name. I mean, you can go simple with this one. Something like Bear, or the Baroness, or Teddy. Let's see, the bear's name. The bear's name was Frederick. The 8 of Spades. You didn't see the creature properly because you were hiding, but you heard it. What did it sound like? It was a guttural, somehow guttural and high-pitched at the same time. It was that type of sound. It was, it was... Let me just reenact it a little bit. Something like a... Sorry if that was too loud, but that's how it sounded. I have to pull from the tower. Oh, right. The next card. What am I doing? Oh, the final card of the day. It's the 3 of Diamonds. I can't find diamonds because I'm useless. After you threw the creature out of the airlock, and it's been hours trying to get through the windows of the observatory deck, the only glass on the ship, you fear that their integrity had been compromised. Let me just start over because I haven't taken in any of this. After you threw the creature out of the airlock, it's been hours trying to get through the windows of the observatory deck, the only glass on the ship. You fear their integrity has been compromised, so you spend an hour reinforcing them by welding sheets of metal over the inside. Pull from the tower. What am I doing? Okay, that's the end of the day, I believe. So phase 2, take a moment to consider the events of the day, keeping in mind what you have learned about the state of your ship, the actions of the creature, and how you are feeling. Record your audio log for the day. So the things that happened today that I got to think about is clearing out the rec room, boarding up the windows. I heard something in the rafter, or like in the air vents, and yeah. Day 2, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Bell reporting. Today was my first full day alone, without the creature, without the rest of the crew, and I got to work. So I decided to try to fix the windows because the creature seems to understand that glass is one of the weaker materials that we build from. I made a safe house for myself and had to clear out the crew from the rec room. Um, I kept Frederick around, and Frederick's a teddy bear. I think I heard something in the vents, but we'll see. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was nothing. What do I say to sign off? This is Bell, the last survivor of the wretched, signing off. All right, back to basics. 3. The 2 of spades. Today you felt like giving up. You couldn't summon any energy, and your tasks weren't completed. Return any cards you haven't yet. Return any cards you haven't yet turned over to the deck and shuffle it. Pull from the tower. Day 3, salvage ship the wretched. Flight engineer Bell here. Today I was so sore from from moving everything yesterday and repairing the windows that I just didn't have it in me. I spent all day on the couch in the rec room just. Well, let's not get into it. This is Flight Engineer Bell, the last survivor of the wretched, signing off. All right, moving to the next day. Another short one. The 4 of spades. Down one of the long, straight corridors between rooms on the ship, you follow gouges in the walls and floor left by the creature. Describe them and which part of its anatomy you think left those tracks behind. Pull from the tower. Yeah, so I think I'm spending the most, because I'm only doing one task this day, so I think I'm spending most of the day just scouting out the whole ship, every nook and cranny, trying to make sure that there's nothing on here with me. And yeah, I find all these gouge marks just completely. There's a couple of places, but the biggest ones come from where that final confrontation happened. Whenever I managed to get it, to trick it out the airlock, essentially, because it says I didn't see it, so I didn't engage with it to force it out the airlock. But there's one in particular. There's one large gouge down the middle, and it looks like maybe, and it's kind of swaying back and forth, so maybe there's like some large spiked tail situation here. But then there's also, every so often, there's it's like it's not a gallop, it kind of like leaps, but its tail is always dragging. So there's claw marks every once, but like not as often as you would think. Max is actually asking if I think my search is a bit obsessive. And yeah, I think it is. I think I don't. I mean, I spent all of yesterday just sitting on the couch and like playing video games, if I even could, but mostly staring at a wall. So today it's like, oh, I gotta get something done, but I can't really think of what that is. So I just search. I just search and search. Day 4. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. Today I searched every nook and cranny of the ship to ensure that there is nothing on here with me besides me and the fallen crew. And I can confirm that. However, there is intense damage to the ship, but it's to the corridors of the ship where the creature existed, but it seems to be largely cosmetic. It is very frightening. However, this is Bell, last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. Big day. The Ten of Hearts. The life support system keeps making an unhealthy grinding noise, and you don't know what the problem is. What will you do if it fails? Is there anything I can do? I mean, if it fails, it fails. And I join the rest of the crew. I think I'll just find a nice spot if I realize that it's failed and just wait for it to happen. The door lock system fails when you are in the bridge, and you have to spend a few hours forcing the door open so you can get out. Pull from the tower. Oh, shit. Realizing I should have probably just put the tower and the cards on my desk, but my desk is pretty wobbly, so that's why it's back there. Anyway, I got the 7 of clubs. Before the creature came, you were in the very early stages of pursuing a relationship with another member of the crew. What was the last thing you said to them, and why do you regret it? It was a simple one. It was just... That's just signal noise. There's nothing approaching. There was something approaching. With the climate control on the fritz, mold springs up in some of the food stores. You can't fix it, so you just seal that locker up and hope that nothing affects the rest of your supplies. There's nothing here for me. Oh, there's one. You find yourself muttering a short phrase over and over like a catechism. What is it? Is it? I mean, is it cheating to just go back to that last question? They came up back to back, so it feels like it's not. But it's just signal noise. Just signal noise. Just signal noise. It's just signal noise. Pull from the tower. God damn. This game's cruel. There's nothing here for me. I know what this is. Whew. When you launch the creature out of the airlock, you couldn't seal it again. Every now and then, the creature comes back to that hole in the side of your ship, scratching and prying at the single internal door that separates you from the cold black of space. How do you react to this? I mean, I think I just don't go over there. I think I just, once I fix the air, because that was part of the reason that the oxygen system was busted on the very first day, and so I just am trying to ignore that that's happening, and I just don't go there, and I don't look at that camera, and it'll probably be fine. It will. Was this day 5? Day 6? Shit. I should have been keeping track. 1, 2. I think this is 5. I'm going to say it's 5, and that's part of the deal. Day 5. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. Today was a day. What even happened today? I am increasingly worried about my situation here. I don't think I can only consider myself lucky to be alive if I make it out of this. Otherwise, this is just torture. Some of my food has grown mold. That's hopefully fine. The creature is probably still trying to get back in the way I forced it out. I should really check on that one of these days to make sure that that isn't possible. Just signal noise. Just signal noise. Just signal noise. This is Flight Engineer Bell, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. Day 6. Maybe? Another big one. Unfortunately, I already know how this is going to end, because that tower doesn't have many blocks left for me to pull out. But let's see how it goes. Did I get a 5? You've been carrying a rifle with you for a few days now. You pried it out of the cold grip of a dead crewmate's hands. How did that make you feel? And do you think the rifle will be effective if you need to use it? I mean, deep in my heart, I know that it won't be effective because I pried it out of. I pried it out of the cold grip of a dead crewmate's hands. So I am walking around with it, thinking and trying to convince myself, like, okay, if it comes, if it returns, I've got the rifle. It'll be fine. But I mean, I know it's not. It's the, that rifle's not going to help because the rifles that we have on this ship are like specially designed. They're fine. They're good for like if a pirate hops on your ship, but they're intentionally designed so that if you shoot it inside the ship and even miss anything that you're shooting at, it doesn't destroy the integrity of the ship. They're not super high-powered rifles. They'll just slow down a non-supernatural intruder, which is not what we're dealing with. Low fives. Something happened to the lights when the creature was near your hiding place. What was it? I mean, they're just... So my hiding place is the rec room. This has been established. And the rec room was full of crew that didn't make it. And so I think this is gross, but the thing that happened to the lights is simple. It's just that it's too high in the air for me to clean off, but there is a red tint to the light in the room, is what I'll say. Oh, did I have to pull? Yes. Fuck. Well, got something. You gather the bodies of the crew you were closest to and seal them in the remaining airlock, saying a few words of remembrance over their bodies. But you can't quite bring yourself to jettison them. What words do you say, and why is it so hard to send them out into space? Pull from the tower. Come on. I don't know why it's not focusing on my face. As I stand here, the last one of us, the only one of us to make it out of that hell. Well, I haven't made it out of that hell yet, but to have a prolonged version of that hell that took you, I can't help but feel responsible for what happened. Perhaps if I had taken the warning signs more seriously, maybe we could have avoided this. That's something that I can't stop thinking about. I can't stop thinking about it. That it's just signal noise. That... But, of course... I know, deep in my, it's somewhere in my brain that there was nothing that we could have done. I mean, what could we're just a salvage ship. It's not like we could get away from a creature like this that maybe it was on board the whole time. I don't know. But I need to do this. And maybe it's not today. I don't want to open this airlock, and I'm gonna say it's because I don't want the creature to get back in, but I know it's because I can't let go yet. Shit. I have to pull from the tower, but I also have to troubleshoot what happened to my camera. Jack of Hearts. You spend a day climbing around in the engines, doing basic maintenance, and trying to figure out what needs to be done to get the ship moving again. You end the day as clueless as you began. Pull from the tower. Maybe? Yes, sir. Oh. This is the fucking worst. We made it. What did I pull? 9 of diamonds? Your gravity drive slowly fails. It's a long, slow process, dragging yourself over to it with no gravity, and a long day fixing it. But you manage to get it back up and running. Pull from the tower. The ship is just absolutely falling apart at this point, which... We're still moving. We're still moving. Another 9. 9 of hearts. The proximity alarms keep sounding because the creature is on the outside of the ship. You had to disable them. Pull from the tower. For reference, the last 2 have been just the bottom. Like, the bottom only has 1 block left, because those are the only ones that are letting me have them, which is fun. That was a big day. Day 6, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. The ship is absolutely falling apart. I don't think there's any way that I'm going to get that working. Hopefully I can find a way to get a distress beacon or really anything that can help somebody help me, because I don't think I can do this myself. I spent the day preparing for a funeral for the rest of the crew to try to get them off the ship. Maybe that'll get the creature off my back. Maybe that'll make it feel a little less bleak in here. It won't, but we'll see what tomorrow brings us. This is Bell, last survivor of the Wretched. Once more signing off. Ooh. That's a 3. The Ace of Spades. if you like to gamble. And tell you I'm your man. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the coffee. You find a way to distract the creature from its attempts to gain access to the ship. What is it? If you've previously drawn the King of Spades, which I don't think I have. No, I've only got red kings. Well, I mentioned it yesterday in my log. I have begun... yesterday I couldn't do it, but I've begun jettisoning the crew from the ship. And I finally get my first full image of the creature as it latches onto them, and it's kind of a mess. It's no good. It's not a pretty scene. I'm not going to describe it. Seven of Spades. The creature whispers to you through the ship's comms. You don't know how it does it. What do you hear before you kill the audio? Pull from the tower. Oof. Pull from the tower of the game. What do I hear? The creature whispering through the comms. I can wait. I have. Your time is limited. Your time is limited, is I think what it said. It sounded like that, though. Your time is running out. Cut. Two of hearts. The water purification system still works, but it's noticeably less efficient. What does it feel like to drink water that smells faintly of ammonia? That's nice. Isn't that nice? Wait, I didn't pull from the tower for the last one. Give me that, 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 give me that. How about this one? No? Ooh. That thing wobbles. What's my question again? Oh, yeah. I know what this is. I just find, what does it feel like to drink water that smells faintly of ammonia? I find in the ship's video database, and I just watched some Old Man vs. Wild and has some solidarity with Bear Grylls pretending to drink his own piss. Except I'm actually doing it. Rolling die. Oh, wait, no. Whoa. We gotta call it a day. Day 7. Day 7. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. Today the creature was satiated for now. I began removing the bodies of the crew from the ship, and what I feared would happen happened. I hope perhaps There's nothing I can say that I hope from that. But perhaps it's bought me enough time for somebody, anybody, hello, please. Somebody to pick me up. The creature, I don't know how, but it managed to get its most awful sound into the comms. I'll be hearing that every day for the rest of my life, which might not be very many. This is Bell, last survivor of the wretched, signing off. Day 8. It's a brand new day. The 8 of Hearts. I thought this game was supposed to take a half hour. Probably not when you're bouncing back and forth between a table and a desk. What does it feel like to look at the sensors and the monitors and see nothing? How does it feel to know that you may never see land or light or have a conversation again? How does it feel to know that you'll never see land or light or have a conversation again? It feels fucking terrible. There's nothing except for that exact same signal pattern that I wrote off at the very beginning of this on there. And I know, like, yeah, I'm just drifting. It's desolate. I feel like I'm only here at this point. I haven't flung myself out of the airlock just out of the worst type of curiosity. Just like I mean, what is going to happen to me? It's not going to be good, but your comm system blinks into life, picking up garbled chatter from the far-off vessels. It falls silent before you can signal them. What were they saying? What were they saying? We haven't heard any signals coming from this. I don't know why I have to do this thing with my hand, but I do. We haven't heard any signals coming from this sector of space, so we'll just... I know sometimes things get stranded here, but we will... It's like an implication that there is some group of people that do scan this region of space to see if anybody is stuck. I don't think anybody knows why people get stuck here, but I think it has happened before. And then I don't know why those people don't know about the creature whenever they get rescued, but like people have escaped from this type of a similar situation. Maybe not this exact one, maybe not where everybody dies. Maybe they just had a rough encounter that like broke their ship, but they managed to get past. But weird things have happened in this sector, and there are people that just scan it every so often. But I guess they missed my signal, so that's nice. Thanks. The King of Clubs. Where are the clubs? As you were passing the officer's mess, you tried to avert your eyes from the carnage inside. But you're sure you saw something move amongst the bodies of your crewmates. What do you think it was? This character has seen Alien. Right? Or whatever future Alien, like the reboot of the reboot of the reboot. Where I am just like refusing to even think about it, but there's something in the very back of my mind that's saying, hey, might be another one growing in that room. But I locked off that room. I just have decided not to go into the officer's mess. And after all, I mean, that little movement's just signal noise. It's just signal noise. It's just signal noise. Honey, please don't jump on the table. We've got a potential creature. Wow, that is the Ace of Clubs right after that, huh? While rummaging through the crew quarters, you found a tool you've been in need of. What was it? The next time you are told to pull from the tower, you may choose not to. Hey! The tool that I found was... Oh, Jesus. This terrifies me. The creature. Please don't knock it over. Why are you there? The tool that I found is... Actually, let's just keep her in frame so I can pay attention. If she does knock it over, I want to see it. Fuck. I'm so distracted now. But it's just a... It's just a... What's it called? A fucking... I can't think. I saw my life flash before my eyes. It's a hot water kettle. I haven't had hot anything in a bit because the officer's mess is where they cooked most of the food. But I found a water kettle, and it just feels good to have tea and like coffee. And no, that's not. Day 8. I don't know why I haven't memorized this yet. Day 8, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. It's been a rough week. Wow, it's been a week already. Oh my god. I felt a flash of hope today that was quickly and decisively dashed. It seemed like there were scouts, like people searching this area for lost derelict ships, people in need of help, people like me. But they didn't take it. I don't think anything else is going on that I have to report. I had some hot tea today. That was nice. I needed that. This is field ship engineer. This is flight engineer Bell, the last survivor of the Wretched. Signing off once more. The 7 of Hearts. You had to climb up into a narrow crawl space to fix some faulty lighting. What was it like? Squeezed in there between the cables and the hull of the ship, pull from the tower. I spent a couple hours just lying there, considering like, hey, what if I just called it here? What if this was it? It's kind of nice to be enclosed like this. I know that, or at least I hope I know that it can't see me. But eventually I got up and I moved on. And I used it was the very thought of, it was like, let me just go get a cup of tea and think this over. Which is why I'm not going to pull from the tower. Because I'm using the tool. Six of Hearts. Your scanners keep showing a large object that periodically disappears from the screen, only to show up again a few hours later. Is there something out there, or is it a glitch? It's just signal noise. It's just signal noise. Yeah, I don't think I heed this at all. That's it. It's just signal noise. The Jack of Spades. The creature can survive out in the cold black of space, where nothing should be able to live. Is it coming into your territory to destroy you, or simply defending its domain? I'm convinced it's the first one. I think that it has targeted us. Like it followed us for a while, and then it made its move. I don't think it... Because I've been drifting slowly, and it is still just agitated and still attacking, despite, like, I don't know. If it was defending its territory, for one, I don't know what that would even look like. I don't know what that would look like. I think I'm convinced that it has to have been coming for me. Pull from the tower, though. Honestly, let's get this back at shot, just so you can get a double view of if I destroy it. Ooh. Oh, that is a lot to deal with. What did I draw next? I can't even... It's a good game. Shortly before your engines failed, the ship was struck by a small asteroid that didn't appear on the scanners. Oxygen has slowly been leaking out of the hull where it hit, but you spent a few hours fixing it. Pull from the tower. At this point, yeah, I'm going to go pull from the tower, but I am just honestly relieved when something like this happens, I think. When it's like, oh, I have something to fix. Because it helps the busy work of this whole mess. Like, I don't know. No, I'm not just talking, so I don't have to pull from this goddamn tower. Yeah, I don't know how it's still up. It shouldn't be, but here we are. Day 9. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Bell reporting. Today I fixed another leak in the oxygen system. Surely one of these days I'm just going to drown to death in my own... Is it drowning? Suffocate? Whatever it is. I also had to dig into the inside of the ship. I can't even remember why I went in there, but almost didn't come out. This is Flight Engineer Bill, last survivor of the Wretched. Signing off. The 8 of diamonds. A fire starts in one of the engines while you're attempting to get the ship going again. You're forced to jettison it. This just makes sense. I had my phone as a camera in the closet to do the audio logs, but the audio wasn't working, so I can do a bottom-up camera. Maybe not a great one, but... Whoa, whoa. Oh, what the hell? It is standing on one brick. It's a nightmare. What was I doing? I have to pull from the tower, I think. 8 of diamonds? Yeah, this might be it. The the five of clubs. You have been carrying a rifle. Wait. I already did this one. Oh, it's because it's a six. One of the crew told you all about a terrible dream they had a few days before the creature came. In hindsight, they were having a premonition of what was about to happen. Why did you all ignore them? Well, it's a dream, right? I mean, what? Hey, everybody! I had a dream. There was a monster on the ship, and yeah, fucking space is terrifying. Of course, you had that dream. We all have that dream. Maybe not one so specific, and then it comes true. I guess in hindsight, that sucks. But I find it hard to believe anybody would ever be out on a spaceship and not have a nightmare about it every day that you're there. At least in deep space. If you're just going to the moon, whatever. But if you're in interstellar travel, it's just nightmares. That's it. The 9 of spades. Despite the thick hull of the ship separating you from the creature outside, you somehow know when it is near your section of the ship. How? Even though I shut off the comms that it was getting through, even though it's I'm in a ship, it's not, even though all of this is true, I still hear that noise, and I still hear that zoom every once in a while, and I know that it's because it's near. I know that it's somehow making me hear zoom. Pull from the tower. Whew. The star-crossed Jenga tower is just kind of built different. I forgot to draw a card. The Jack of Diamonds. You lose power throughout the ship, and while you're trying to fix it, the backup generator fails too. You manage to restore power, but you need to cannibalize parts from the backup generator, which will never work again. Pull from the tower. Do not replace this block at the top of the tower. Remove it from the game instead. Is that worse? I guess so, because it's not going to weigh down. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's day after day. Something's bad. I don't know if I can do one more. Oh, I can. Here's my generator. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting to get a new card. The Queen of Diamonds. Nope, spades. I'm losing it. What do you imagine the creature calls itself? What do I imagine the creature calls itself? I think it. I mean it. It has shown that it does have language. It does. Um, it does like talk to me, but I don't know that it gives a shit what it calls itself. I think it. I mean, it knows that it's my doom. I don't know if that's a name, but it knows, like, oh, here you are. I'm your doom. Pull from the tower. I'm your doom. Your doom. Pull from the tower. I don't think there's anything left, but I've been saying that. I've been wrong before. Can't do that one yet. Oh, I can do this one. This one's barely legal. What? Oh, my camera's busted. A legal Jenga move, I think you can't pull from the top 3 rows. I could be wrong. That's my understanding. Okay, camera's fixed. But yeah, I think you have to leave the top 3 rows as they are at any given time. Like top 3 completed rows. 6 of diamond. The sewage silo springs a leak. It smells terrible, and you fix it as quickly as is humanly possible. I mean, at this point, like, Flight Engineer Bell is fucking over it and is just going through all these motions like, wow, I can't believe this is breaking. Wow, I can't believe that is breaking. And it's just not... God, it's just not a great scene. I'm drinking ammonia water. I'm fucking cleaning out the sewage silo, springing a leak. There's a creature whispering in my ear whenever it gets close, going, "You're gonna die!" and shit like that. It's just no good. Please. Oh my God. We're fully tilted at this point. If I started a metalcore band, my throat would be destroyed immediately because I definitely don't do that correctly. It's just signal noise. What do I do? Right, it's the end of the day. It's the end of day 10. Day 10, salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Bell reporting. Today I cleaned up a whole lot of shit. And I had to jettison an engine, and I heard the creature in my head again, and I remembered that dream that Janie had. It was this. I don't remember how it ended. Flight Engineer Bell, last surviving member of the Wretched, signing off. I don't know how I'm still alive. In real life and in the game, honestly, let's be honest. Uh, I've drawn the two of whatever clubs. You found the journal of one of your crewmates. What thing from home were they missing the most? This is a tough one. What thing from home would you miss the most if you were on a salvage ship called the fucking Wretched in the middle of space? And this is before it, gets attacked by a creature. Middle of space, you're missing a lot of things. You're missing the feeling of reality. You're missing the sun. You're missing a day-night cycle that's not just lights. You're missing probably good food. You're missing entertainment. You're missing anybody except for the fucking 10 people, 20 people, however many people are on the ship that, like, there's nothing you could do about the fact that you don't like all of them. I mean, that's just real. You can't. There's a lot of things that you could miss if you're in the middle of space. And I think this person in particular missed like, I don't know. This is actually harder. I expected something to come out of my mouth there, but I didn't. Disco. This person misses going to like a disco club and just really getting groovy. Because who doesn't? Who doesn't want to go do disco? 3. One pour. Describe the way the creature moves across the outside of the ship. Well, so we've talked before how the creature has this big, like, tail that scrapes everything up, and it, like, inside the ship did a lot of leaping. Like, it didn't really have a walk, it didn't really have a gallop, it had more of a leap with the tail kind of dragging and anchoring it. And I think it does that because it is used to a more zero G style thing where it hooks the tail onto the ship and like uses that to swing around. So that's it. It's very noisy. It's very distressing. It's yeah. That was the 3. I had to pull in the tower for that. Yeah, I guess because it's just beating up the ship. Truly, nothing left, I don't think. Just playing fast and loose at this point. Well, I guess I'll start the soundtrack again. The music ending and that falling would have been pretty good, but not today. We're still alive. Um, I gotta do my flight log, huh? What the hell even happened today? That every time I do that tower pull, it just takes everything out of my brain. It wipes the whiteboard clean, as it were. If you've read my game, you know what that means. What happened today? Flight engineer. Day 11. Is it? Day 11. Flight engineer Bell, last surviving crewmate of the wretched. Today is another fixing stuff kind of day. I'm losing track, I think, of what I've been doing. Because every day it's just all the same shit. It's something breaks. I try to fix it. Some memory crops up, and I try to. I don't even know what I try to do with it. I don't know. I feel like I'm lucky. It's again. I included this in a previous log. I don't want to say that I'm lucky to still be alive, because that is only true if I make it out. Because this isn't. This is no way to live. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. 6. Big day. Hey, something good. The Ace of Hearts. After days of trying, you finally managed to repair your distress beacon and activate it. Pull from the tower. What the fuck? Do not discard this card. Instead, put it to one side and place 10 tokens on it. At the end of each day, after recording your log, roll a die on a result of 6. This'll never happen. I got this way too late, but I'll pull. I'll try it. On a result of 6, remove a token from the card. If I successfully remove all the tokens, someone responds to my beacon. Make a final pull from the tower. If the tower stands, you're rescued and the game ends. So I have to get through 10 more days. Whoa, wait. Wow, this is brutal. 10 more days, but I have to roll a 6 at the end of every day. So probably more than 10 days. But let's see. Oh god. Oh, it might be it. What? Let me get. I'm gonna draw the next card just so I don't have to come back over here. Let me get 10 tokens. Oh god. Ooh. Almost. Okay. So I've drawn the Ace of Diamonds now. It's coming up me today. After a short but terrifying EVA, you managed to boost the range of the Wretched's antenna. How did you ensure that the creature would not attack you while you were outside the ship? Ooh, this makes the distress beacon better. How did I remember? Look at that. Oh my god. I didn't realize that you'd be able to see the one that's just hanging out quite so well. But because that is in the top 3, I can't pull that yet. But if I can pull this one, I have a free one for the next one, hopefully. But how did I manage to not get attacked by the creature? I mean, I think it's kind of been on cycles. I don't really know where it goes, but it's only really harassing me at a certain number of times a day, and then it kind of disappears in some weird way, which is very frightening, but it's been consistent for the last week and a half. So I just know when I can go out and interact with the outside of the ship, and also when I have to get back. Let's pull. It did say to pull. There it is. I'm looking, I have to remember what the hell I do now. Who, what, how? If it falls at any time, a catastrophic systems failure results in your death, and the game is over. So I guess I just turned to the debrief, but I assume what happens there, because that represented me being on the outside of the ship at the time where I thought it was safe for me to be out there, because the creature wouldn't be there. So maybe it's something along the lines of, I was out there and it was like, maybe I lost track of time fiddling with things, because I've been fixing so much shit that, like, I'm getting better at it probably, but also I'm getting tired of it, because doing that stuff by yourself over and over again, I lost track of time. That's what happens. And then it, like, the creature reappeared, and so I had to, like, scramble back into the ship. But doing that, I mean, I did something about the way I had to I think I had to go into the door that in the very beginning of the game is the one that I shoved the creature out and was broken, and so re-slamming that caused it caused the problem at the beginning, which was the oxygen system. It re-caused that problem, and then that led to a lot of the other things that I've fixed just re-breaking. And then, yeah. What happened? Did you light the beacon? Did rescue come, snatching you away from a cold, lonely death? Or did the creature take you? Did you stare into its maw as it descended, one final victim to a nameless horror? You tried to repair the engines. You had hoped that it could be done. Everything you knew about the situation you were in told you it could be done. That was a lie. You have been telling a story during this game, but the story began before you drew your first card. The rules in this book are a story, and they were told to you by an unreliable narrator. The human capacity for hope and the desire to survive against all odds. There was never any hope of you repairing the ship. No matter how many tasks you completed, the engines were never going to fire again. The best you could do was to survive for long enough for help to come, and even that was unlikely. You were doomed from the start, and somewhere inside you, you knew this, even as you were desperately clinging on to hope. You may not have survived, but the log of your final days lives on. What becomes of it now? Will it be found by a salvage ship much like yours, to serve as a warning for those intending to brave the cold depths of space? Did you pass it on to your rescuers, a chronicle of what you went through? Or is it lost forever, adrift in the black where nobody will hear your words again? When you close this book, put down this game, what will become of all you have done here? Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Like, the ship got destroyed, and because the ship got destroyed, I think after space occurred to me, the creature could do whatever it wanted, eat me, but I don't think I lived to even see that. And so my log is just on this ship, which one day somebody will get stuck here as well, in that ship that was scanning this area looking for a distress beacon. Maybe they'll find them, and together they'll find my log, and maybe people will understand what happened here. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. Space is big. Space is real big. Game over, man. Yeah, that was it. I think that was The Wretched. I'm closing the book. I had a lot of fun. Well, horror fun. That's that kind of not exactly laugh out loud fun, but I enjoyed it. Chris made a good game. I don't know if there's anybody, in case there's people in the chat that don't know where they can get this game, let me put the link. I know not many people. I can't even think to type The Wretched. Boom. You can get it here. You can get the soundtrack, which is what you've been listening to, the official soundtrack. Probably, unless it's just not playing, is there. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for being in the chat, Max, Civaditya, Adam, also Max, also Cole. Thank you. It was nice to not be completely alone, even though this is Wretched and Alone. Yeah, I'll probably do this again. I'm gonna play another. Solo games are fun. I want to play The Machine, but I also, the reason I didn't play it today is I kind of want to get a copy from somebody, so I want to organize that. So if anybody's ever played The Machine, send me your notebook. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I will be back someday, maybe next week. Have a good rest of your Sunday.